Well, Chantal Kreviazuk is known and loved for her music and her humanitarian work. And now the three-time Juno Award winner is putting her artistic talents on display in a new movie.
Okay, we ready? You got this. Relax. Take a deep breath.
In Kiss and Cry, she plays the mother of a Toronto teenager, Carley Allison, a young woman and aspiring singer who was diagnosed with a very rare form of cancer, one that required a tracheotomy. Chantal Kreviazuk is joining us in studio on Your Morning to talk about her new role, and among other things. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
All right, for those who may not have heard of Carley Allison's story, this is a young woman who had an extremely rare form of cancer. Only 1 in 3.5 billion people are diagnosed. It's a true story. And you play her mom in a film. I know that you are a very intentional mom. Why did you decide to take this role?
Ooh, you know, it was... sometimes all I can say is that there is just, you know, a call to action, and I listened to it. Carley is someone who I had met. She had a compelling story. She was locally, you know, a hero, a big champ at all fronts, on all fronts. Wherever she went, she was a champion. She was excellence defined. She was a brilliant athlete, brilliant musician. And she was really brilliant at taking on her illness. And it just was this, I mean, we wrapped the film within a year of her passing. This whole thing was just really filled with purpose. And it drew me in. It drew me in. And she has a wonderful family. It was a real privilege to meet them, get to know them. And it just was it was a natural fit. Yeah.
She inspired you and so many other people with the way that she chose to handle her diagnosis.
Yes.
And all that came with it. What impacted you the most about being part of this story and the honor of being part of her family in this story?
Oh gosh, that's a loaded question for
That's what I do.
Yeah, well, I guess, you know, I guess what it is that as a parent, you think to yourself, I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could have a sick child. I don't think that I could lose my child. And there they are. And they're doing it. They're doing it with grace, and they're doing it with empowerment and purpose and beauty, even in their deep, deep loss. And they're an inspiring family, and I'm so glad that I'm so glad I went down the rabbit hole and became a deeper, more expanded, you know, human being. I'm very, very blessed to have known these people and been a part of an incredible project.
There's so many unique and personal ties into making this film. They shot it in the family's actual home.
Yeah.
Carley's best friend plays Carley in this role. You had met her.
Yeah.
What was that like to be on a set where it was right there?
That was intense. In fact, when I took the role, I didn't know that, or I didn't read the fine print that we would be on locations that were real. And then I remember seeing an email that said it, and I thought to myself, okay, what's happening? And I became uncomfortable. And I let it go. And the first day we showed up at their home, it was fixed. First of all, I walked into their home, and it's a beautiful home that they've created for their family, and they've worked hard, and they're successful people. And you look around this amazing place, and you think to yourself, okay, yeah, cancer is, you know, no one is immune to cancer. It attacks viciously, and anybody, anywhere, anytime. And that was very humbling. But their home is incredible beyond the fact that it, you know, structurally it's a warm, kind, beautiful, positive place. And it was wonderful to experience that family, you know, and their energy, and to go on the locations where she had lived and breathed and triumphed. You know, it was really, really cool.
I've watched you live as a performer, very gifted performer. You always have these great connections with your audience. What was it like to be acting?
Well, I mean, throughout my life, I consider myself just somebody who is curious and evocative and provocative, and so I always did plays and theater and films and different various things, and so for me, it's kind of fluid. It's like you show up in your emotion. You show up as Chantal, saying the words, singing the words that I maybe felt back then. I might not feel them right now, or I'm saying words that were someone else's, but how I would say them because they touched me. Like I wouldn't do a film or a play if it didn't touch me, you know. And I think that's just the thing. It's once it touches you, then you're there.
Something that has touched you and you're hoping touches a lot of people is this new single, Lost, off your new album,
Oh,
Hard Sale.
thank
The
you.
video came out. You were really encouraging people to watch and to listen and to feel what you call the forgiveness. What does this song mean to you?
You know, I think that there's so much, life is, when you're born, no matter where you're born, and I do believe your luck begins with where you were born and to whom you are born. But I also think that to live is to struggle and is to suffer. You know, it's an incredible life, but it's also really difficult. And everyone has their own story. Everyone has their own tragedies, and I have them. And I had a tragedy in my personal life about 5 years ago now. And I wrote this song instead, I don't even know how it happened really, but I thought I was gonna die, like when I had a tragic moment. And I kept saying to people, am I okay? Like, it was like, am I doing okay? I wanted people to like yelp. She does really good when there's a severe crisis, you know, it was brutal. And then it dawned on me, I need a piano. I need a piano. Somebody get me a piano. It was like I couldn't articulate it, but finally I needed a piano. And I went to a piano and I asked the guy, can you record this for me? And this song popped out of me, word for word, beginning to end. I have the recording, done. And that's the song Lost. And it's really about, because I had a horrible wave of, you know, guilt from what happened. And it's a very personal story. I don't want to share the details of it. You don't need them. But it's a universal story. It's pain and suffering and guilt, a lot of guilt. And I think we all have that stuff. It's like, okay, my kid's sick. I can't help them. I'm helpless right now. It's a horrible feeling. Or whatever happens, we can be stuck. And so I really felt the feeling that we've got to be a little bit more forgiving of ourselves because, you know, we're human and crap happens. You know, I don't think you can say the other version on top of it. You know, and we got to be aware of that and just keep going.
As always, your music touches something that is personal and relevant to people in their lives and in the moment. Thank you for being in the moment. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Your Morning will be right back after a short break. Don't go away.